folks, Draven here, back with another first look this morning for my work. Today we are looking at a board game that's been digitized, changed into a computer game. This isn't a board game I play or have played. I mean, we have got a lot of board games here, but not this one. So I haven't seen it before. Don't know what it's about. This came out 2020, 29th of July. Spirit Island. Become the spirits of the island and defend the island from colonizing invaders, spreading blight and destruction. Your spirits work with the native islanders to increase your power and drive the invading colonists from your island in the strategic area control game. It's developed and published by Handelabra Games Incorporated. And thank you to Krista, the publisher there, for the game key. Much appreciated. As usual, it doesn't affect the opinions I express during this video since they are my own. You can see it is based on the actual board game, which has got quite a high score on Board Game Geek, but you can see it's almost they've also tried to keep it authentic to the game with the tiles and everything, so you can see that on there. Alright, let's give this a go, see how we get on for the hour that we have. I have it loaded up ready. I've turned the music down and the effects a bit. We have a how to play. Or we can play a tutorial. Let's do that. Welcome to Spirit Island. I'm Ray and I'll be helping you learn how to play. You can see your island behind me. Let's take a closer look. The board is divided into 8 lands with exactly 2 of each terrain. The ocean space on the left is not a land and is not in play. Okay, that bit. Lands next to the ocean are coastal and the others are inland. Sorry. The other edges of the board are not the ocean and are inaccessible. Okay, so it's only this bit that's the ocean. 2 green jungles. One is coastal, the other is inland. 2 grey mountains, one is coastal, the other is inland again. So that's the coastal one. 2 brown sands, one is coastal. Yep. Okay, we get the idea. We've got wetlands. Both of them are inland. You can adjust your view of the island. Try zooming in with the mouse wheel. It's all stitched together. Look. And we can drag. Okay. So that's the island board. Let's look at the pieces. The Dahan are the native semi-nomadic human inhabitants. They came to Spirit Island long ago and have worked out a coexistence with the spirits. The board starts with 6 Dahan pieces. There's not normally any population growth in the game's time span, but as you will see, it is possible. Some blight is normal in nature, but humans tend to harm the land much faster than it can recover. If the invaders cause too much blight, you'll lose the game. The invaders have begun to colonize your island. Their colonization and taming of the land has upset the natural balance. On the right in the mountain there's a town. These pieces represent homesteads and small frontier settlements. On the left in the sands there is a city. Cities are the largest and most pernicious type of invader piece. Invaders are persistent. They explore the island, build settlements, ravage the land with their activities, causing blight and harming the Dahan. Let's see what happens if the invaders are left unchecked. first step is to explore in a random terrain, in this case a mountain. An explorer is added to any mountain land with a source of invaders. The ocean is always a source of invaders, and so is any town or city. Okay. Coastal mountain got an explorer, and so did the inland mountain, since it has a town. After exploring a terrain on the next turn, invaders will build there, adding new towns and cities. If there are more towns than cities in the land, they will build a city. Otherwise, they will build a town. So the coastal mountain, they built a town. In the inland mountain, they built a city. But the invaders aren't finished yet. On the same turn, they will explore in another random terrain. He did it twice. The invaders explored in the jungle. Both jungles have sources of invaders, so each of them got a new explorer. The mountains are in danger on the next turn. The invaders will ravage those lands, and don't forget they will build in the jungle and explore anew. During ravage, each invader damages the land in Dahan at the same time. They can blight the land and destroy the Dahan, but any surviving Dahan fight back and can destroy invaders themselves. In the coastal mountain, one Dahan survived and fought back, dealing damage to destroy the town. Invaders will also ravage in the inland mountain. If the land takes too much damage, blight is added to the land. That happened in both mountains. Okay. Now they will build in the jungle. Both jungles just had a single explorer, so a town was built in each of them. Those lands are still dangerous, because next turn they will ravage and cause blight. Invaders are relentless and explore again this turn. How many turns do they get? In the wetlands, both wetlands get an explorer. And since both are adjacent to a town or a city. Since both are adjacent, okay. Let's move forward to the next turn, but we know the jungle will be ravaged. In the coastal jungle there was only one Dahan, and nobody survived to fight back it. Blight is added to both jungle lands, since each takes too much damage. As you can see, the cycle of explore, build and ravage is leading to the end of the Dahan and the Spirit Island as we know it. So how do we fight back? But this isn't the whole story, it's called Spirit Island for a reason. With your help, the island can be saved from the invaders. So let's go back and find out how. For thousands of years before even the Dahan arrived, powerful spirits have existed on the island. The invaders are spreading impossibly quickly, and the spirits must respond. You are the spirits. Can you save your island? We're going to control the river surges in sunlight. So I guess that's that picture there. To win the game, you must drive all invaders from the island. The more you grow in power and make the invaders afraid, the easier it will become to win. Spirit presence marks the lands your spirit occupies. Your presence is needed in order to affect the island. You start with one presence in the wetlands here. You'll be adding more very soon. But first, as we saw before, the invaders have an initial chance to explore. The invader card progression is shown at the bottom. I flip over the top card of the invader deck and explore it there. Invaders explore in the jungle. Okay, so they had to flip a card over. The invaders explored in the jungle. That card now advances, so next they will build in the jungle and explore somewhere else. But before that, your spirit will grow more powerful. Let's begin the spirit phase that happens at the start of every turn. Okay, so remove that card. They move that card over. Your spirit summary is always accessible at the top of the screen. Click or right click on the spirit to view their full size panel and full size hand of power cards. You can also generally right click on cards or other controls to view them. So can I click on there? Push up to 3 explorers or towns. Range of 1. Gather up to 2 Dahan. If there are now at least 2 Dahan, add 1 Dahan and gain 1 energy. That's flash floods. I wonder what the speed difference does. Every turn, the first thing you should do is choose a growth option from the 3 available options. Growth, okay. Click on the middle growth option so we can add more presence to the island. So we've got one of these. We can claim cards, gain power, gain 1 energy, or add a presence. Gain a power. Maybe this changes. Your spirit panel has 2 tracks full of presence. The more you move from the top one, the more energy gain each turn. Based on the growth option, you can add presence to any land that's 1 away from your existing presence. A bit like Small World then. Click on it and drag to a land to add it. Drag the first presence from the energy track. That one that's highlighted, okay. To the highlighted mountain. So we're taking that on. We can only go here or there. Now you will gain 2 energy per turn instead of 1. That's indicated by the +2 energy icon in your summary panel. It's up there. The bottom presence track is for card plays. The more you move from that, the more power cards you can play each turn. Okay. So at the moment we can only play 1 card. Drag the first presence from the card play track to the highlighted wetlands. Okay, so we can expand this way. Now you have 2 energy, as indicated at the top left of your panel. After gaining energy, you have the opportunity to play power cards. You begin with the game with a hand of 4 power cards. Hover over or right click it. We've done that. Power cards cost energy to play. You can see their cost on the top left. For example, Flash Floods cost 2 energy and a River's Bounty costs 0. The order that you play cards doesn't matter, but you can only get 1 chance to play them right now in the Spirit Phase. We'll explain why we're choosing these cards soon, but for now, right click Flash Floods and River's Bounty. Notice that when you play cards, their energy cost is deducted from your total energy. Under there, you probably can't see it. There's a 0 there. Hey Bluestone. Good morning to you. How are you today? We can only play 2 cards in total right now, based on the bottom presence track. Even though we could afford to play Boon or Figure, we can't play it as well since we can only play 2 cards. We're ready to move on, so click finish playing cards below to continue. That's one of the speed symbols. Now it's time to use some of these powers. Powers are the main way that you affect the island. Fast power are marked in red. Okay, what's that one then? It had the birdie on it. And that before the invaders get a chance to do anything, we have the opportunity to use them right now. Slow powers, which has got the turtle, are marked in blue and act after the invaders. Okay. Hello. Back in, are you? Played one fast power, flash floods. We can now use it to deal damage and get rid of invaders. It's just coffee. You're gonna sit there? You're gonna sit there? Oh, can't really reach you there. No, you could have stayed there. Rather than being in front of the screen. Come over this way. No, I haven't put any treats down yet. You're looking. Okay, so we can now use flash floods to use it to deal damage and get rid of invaders. Flash floods can target any land that's within one range of a land with our presence. So that's the one there. Okay. Okay, so we can attack either of these. Do I need to do that just now? Let's target the inland jungle with the lone explorer, this one here. Click and drag from flash floods to the inland. Right, we're going from there. I like the arrow. Bang. Oh no, he sunk below the ground. Flash floods dealt 1 damage in the jungle. Damage is the most common way of removing invaders from the island. Once an invader has taken damage equal to their health, they are destroyed. Explorers have 1 health, towns have 2, cities have 3. In this case there was an explorer with 1 health and we were dealing 1 damage. We destroyed invaders in that land, so they will be unable to build there this turn. That means fewer invaders for us to deal with later. There's no more fast powers left to use. Next invaders will take their actions. So they're going to build. There's a jungle card in the build slot, so the invaders will build in any jungle they have pieces in, so that'll be that one up there. That was quick building. They built a town in the coastal jungle with an explorer there. In the inland jungle, nothing happened because you destroyed the invaders earlier. Next invaders will flip over a new invader card and explore in that terrain. Hi. Right. Wanting your treat. That's the only reason you come up here. There's none on the desk. You can sniff about as much as you like. I'll move this pen out your way. Where are you going? Oh, you just dimmed my light. Just rearrange my desk here. Okay, that you? Happy now? There isn't any more left. No, that's you. We're going back down. There isn't any. No, it's still not just my coffee. Okay. so they're exploring again. Click to flip invader card. Okay, so they're now doing M from mountain, I presume. After exploring in the mountains, the invaders' cards advance. Next turn they will ravage in the jungle and build in the mountains. Now it's our turn to do our slow cards. The invaders have finished their actions for the turn, so now's our chance to use our slow powers. Let's start with River's Bounty. It can target any land with range 0 of our presence, so only in any land that has our presence. Using slow powers is just like using fast powers. Drag River's Bounty to use it in the mountain. So what's it going to do? 1 damage, okay. Or 2 damage if it's on the coast, so over here. We'll do 2. Was I looking at the right one? I wasn't. Gather up to 2 Dahan. If there are now at least 2 Dahan, add 1 energy and gain 1 energy. Okay. River's Bounty allows you to gather Dahan. Gathering lets you move pieces from adjacent lands into the targeted land. An additional effect on that power is that if 2 or more Dahan end up in the target land, a new Dahan appears. It's a rare and powerful ability. Click on the highlighted Dahan and the adjacent lands to gather them. So we're going to gather these 2 into there. And we now get a 3rd. Okay. Now that we're finished, let's use our other slow power. Oh, that one. Okay. We didn't need to play a power card for this one. This is our innate power, massive flooding. We will talk more about innate powers later. Innate powers are used the same way as power cards. Click and drag to use massive flooding on the coastal jungle. So what's it going to do? So is it just going to do the first one? Yeah. Because we've only got 1 and push 1 house in our town. It allows us to push an invader. Pushing lets you move pieces from the targeted land to any adjacent land, not into the sea. The invaders will ravage in the jungle next turn, so that town is a big threat. We can deal with it by pushing it away. Sorry, I felt like I was going to sneeze. Click the highlighted town. We're going to push that one. Then select the coastal sands. Push it there. The months and years go by as they always have. At the end of every turn, all played power cards are discarded. Your innate powers expire, but you may be able to activate it again next turn. You've completed your first turn, but there's still much to learn, so let's carry on. Oh, gee whiz. It's one of these board games with masses of rules. Now it's time to grow again. We want to continue adding presence to the island to become stronger and affect more areas. Remember, each time we chose only one of the 3 options. Click the middle growth option so we can add more presence. Let's establish our presence on the coast. Drag the first presence from the card play. The sands. Drag the second. Okay, so we're not doing energy ones, okay. So we're putting 2 in there. When 2 or more of your presence are in a land, it creates a sacred site. That's indicated on the board by the glowing mark underneath your presence. Sacred sites are required to use some powers. You can think of them as a more powerful presence in whatever land they reside in. You might have noticed that your presence in the wetland also is shown as a sacred site, even though there's only 1 presence there. This is because of river surges and Sunlight's special rule. So that's there, that race. River's domain, which treats their presence in any wetlands as a sacred site. Okay. You can see your special rules at any time in the bottom left corner of your full spirit panel. View that by clicking the summary panel at the top. Ah, there. Special rules, okay. We finished growth and gained energy. We can now play up to 3 cards per turn. But we only have 2 left in our hand. Click on them both to play them. Look, your innate power, massive flooding, has appeared again in your play area. It's time we explained how elements let you activate your innate power. When you play a power card, you gain the elements shown on it. For example, Boon of Vigor has all 3. Sun, water and plant. Wash away give you another water, along with earth. Total elements are shown below your hand of cards. Yeah, I presume that's that there. Hovering over your innate power shows that it requires 1 sun and 2 water to activate, and so it did. That one. Elements only last while the cards are in play, but the more elements you can gain by playing the right cards, the more powerful effects you can activate. Let's move on to using fast powers. Click Finish Playing Cards to continue. Okay, so fast card time. Boon of Vigor targets a spirit, not a land. It grants 1 energy when you target yourself, or even more if you target another spirit. Okay. In this game, you're the only spirit. Click and drag the Boon of Vigor to your summary panel at the top to use it and gain 1 energy. Now it's the Invaders phase. There is a jungle card in the Ravage slot down there, and so the Invaders will deal damage in any jungle where they have pieces. It's up here. Just look at the coastal jungle. Since we pushed the town away in the last slow power phase, there's only an Explorer and Dahan there. Explorers always deal 1 damage, so this Explorer will deal 1 damage to the land and 1 damage to the Dahan. Dahan have 2 health, so the damage did not destroy them. They fought back and dealt 2 damage to the invaders in the land. So we destroyed it because it only had 1 health. If 2 or more damage is dealt to the land, blight is added there. This time the land only took 1 damage, so no blight was added. The other jungle had no invaders at all, so no ravage happened there. Next, the invaders will build in the mountains. Build in the mountains. This turn, invaders' construction is booming. In the coastal mountain, they will build a town. Can they build anything there? There? The island mountain has more towns there than cities, so they build a city there. Next, the invaders flip over a new invader card and explore that terrain. Where are they going to explore this time? The wetlands. He can go there, can't he? After exploring in the wetlands, the invaders' cards advance. Next turn, they will ravage in the mountains. So they'll move along. Okay, slow phase, we can do wash away. We can limit the damage in the mountains next turn by pushing away invaders. Click and drag to use wash away in the inland mountain. Push up to 3 things away. Push both the I'm going to zoom in a bit here. Push both the town and the explorer to the adjacent sands up there. This will help the Dahan survive next turn's ravage. Okay. Click. Sorry. I forgot to click on the... Before we use massive flooding again, you might notice that it is a sacred site requirement. Powers with this requirement can only target lands within range of sacred sites. Good thing our presence in the wetland counts. Go ahead, use massive flooding on the top right wetland. So we're going to do that there to get rid of him. It's sort of a cooperative game, I think. You're not playing against each other if you are playing multiple players. We have reached the end of another turn. At this time, all partially damaged pieces are restored to full health. The damaged Dahan is restored to full health, which is great for us, but the same will happen for invaders, so beware. We've reached the spirit phase again. There are no cards left in our hands, so we should do something about that. So that got turned back over. At the end of the turn, your played cards are discarded. Click your discard pile. Here's all the cards you played during the previous turns. Click anywhere outside the window to close your discard pile. To get your cards back into your hand, you must reclaim them during growth. Reclaim moves all your cards from your discard pile into your hand. Okay, so we have to do this one rather than that one, not this time. Okay, and we'll gain a new power card and 1 energy. All the cards in their discard have been reclaimed to hand. Plus we gained a brand new power card, Uncanny Melting. In this tutorial we're using a power progression deck, so you ultimately got the next power card, Uncanny Melting, a power card. If invaders are present, 1 something. Looks like a shield, doesn't it? We can play up to 3 cards this turn. When playing cards, you want to think about how you'll use them during the fast and slower power phases. Flash floods can help before the ravage in the coastal mountain. River's bounty and Uncanny Melting will help strengthen their position. Okay. Go ahead, play flash floods. River's bounty, Uncanny Melting. And we've got our massive flooding again. It's going to be more powerful this turn though. Hover over it to see that the second level has been unlocked. Ah. Because we've got 3 water and 3 sun. Sometimes it makes sense to play cards for their elements, even more than for their power effect. We'll make use of massive flooding in the slow power phase. Let's move on to the fast. So where we're going to do flash floods. It does 1 extra damage if on the coast. And if we can do it here or there. Coastal lands are any land that is next to the ocean, including that mountain where the invaders will ravage. That means we can deal 2 damage there. So that we get rid of both of them, wouldn't it? Whenever you're dealing damage, you can divide it amongst the invaders on the target land you wish. Towns have 2 health and deal 2 damage. If we deal 2 damage to this town, we'll destroy it and keep the land safe during the ravage step. Okay, so we're going to click the town twice to destroy it. Ah, so it's the fear symbol. Okay. Destroying a town generates fear. The more fear you generate, the more terrified the invaders become. This card here did fear. I can't see it because of this. I can't move the help window. Generating fear will cause beneficial effects and reach easier victory conditions, so it's a good thing. We'll learn more about fear soon. For now, the invaders are going to take their actions, starting with ravage in the mountains. Still can't see what it says. I can't click. Right click on it, there we go. If invaders are present, you get 1 fear. Okay. Similar to last turn, in the coastal mountain there's a lone explorer with some Dahan. We know how that's going to play out. Once again, the explorer dealt only 1 damage and was then destroyed by damage from the surviving Dahan. In the inland mountain, more trouble is brewing. There's a city and it will deal 3 damage. That was rough. The city dealt 3 damage to the land and to the Dahan simultaneously. That destroyed 1 Dahan and wounded another. Since 2 or more damage was dealt to the land, a blight will be added. And when blight is added to a land, a presence from each spirit there is destroyed. Destroyed presence is removed from the game and cannot normally be recovered. Next, the surviving Dahan fight back. So we destroyed the town and we generated fear. Look at the health he is. Cities have 3 health. The 2 surviving Dahan dealt 2 damage for a total of 4, enough to destroy the city. Destroying a city generates 2 fear. It was a tough battle. But sometimes sacrifice is necessary on the path to victory. Next, the invaders will build in the wetlands. Their slow powers last turn are paying off now, as invaders will only build a single town. The invaders explore the mountains again. Now that the invader cards advance next turn, they will ravage in the wetlands and build in the mountains. Okay, so it's our slow phase again. Our new power card, Uncanny Meltdown, can be used to generate fear and remove blight from sands and wetlands. Use right, so we need to use this on there. That's generated 4 fear. We reached 4 generated fear, that earns a fear card and resets generated fear back to 0. Next turn, before the invaders act, the earned flip card will be flipped over and resolved. Fear cards always have beneficial or neutral effects. Okay. Click the fear card deck at the bottom to see the status. Okay. Once we earn 2 more fear cards, we'll reach tower level 2. If we earn all the fear cards, we will win immediately. Click anywhere else. Yeah. Also note that removing blight from the wetland returned it to the blight pool. If the blight pool runs out, it's game over. And there are some built-up invaders in the coastal sands. Use River's bounty on that land to bring Dahan there as well. So we're going to take that one and that one to there. With massive flooding powered up, we can deal damage and destroy invaders. Use it on the central wetland town. There. Click the town twice. Destroy it. We've got another fear. After dealing damage, massive flooding also lets us push up to 3 explorers or towns. We could push that explorer away. But remember what happens in a ravaging land. It will end up destroyed by the dam without causing any problems. So it's in here, the wetlands is going to get ravaged. Since the power says up to, we don't have to push anything at all. Click finish. Okay. It's been okay. It's obviously a lot of rules, as some of these board games have. That sound cut, it's not working yet. I don't know. I was using sound alerts extension, but it doesn't seem to be working. I probably did it wrong. I was talking to Ansel yesterday, and he's recommended using blurt instead, so I'm going to reset it up on there. She's just moved. Are you going to sit in front of the camera now with your lugs just underneath? Your lugs are just at the showing, popping up. Look, popping up. Are you wanting a treat there? Look. Are you having another one? What? Okay. You got it. Did you drop that one? No. Oops, you dropped that one. One more. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's just cute. You're gonna stay there now, or are you gonna disappear for 2 minutes and come back for more? This is a good time to use our third growth option. Click on it to gain a new power card and add a presence. We've got defense 6, so that's good. Let's replace the presence that was destroyed last turn. Drag the first presence. Drag the first presence from the energy track, or up here, sorry, to the inland mountain. We can play all of our cards this turn. We can't do all our cards. Oh, we can't. There we go. We've unlocked Massive Flood, but only at the first level. Click Finish playing cards. So we've got 2 fast cards. The bird symbol's not very fast, is it? Before it shoots off. Use Boon of Vigor on yourself by clicking and dragging it to your summary. So we've now got 5 energy. We have another fast power. Right click. Nature's Resilience. If we have 2 water, which we do, you may instead remove 1 blight. The main effect, defense 6, isn't useful this turn. However, since we have 2 water this turn, we can use the threshold effect to remove blight instead. We'll still be able to use Massive Flooding later. Elements are not consumed by effects. You have them for the turn so long as the cards are in play. There's only 1 blight on the island, so use Nature's Resilience on that mountain. Remove 1 blight. Last turn we generated enough fear to earn our fear card. Now at the start of the Invader Phase we get to flip and resolve it. The growing sense of unease spreads through the invaders. Okay, we've got our fear card. Fear cards are escalating. Effects have escalating effects depending on the current terror level. We're still at terror level 1, so the top effect occurs. Each player removes one explorer from an inland land. We can remove an explorer from an inland land. Any land not adjacent to the ocean is considered inland. So we're going to remove him from here to prevent them building there. Next, the invaders will ravage, build, and explore as usual. It's quite a well laid out game. So it is based on a physical board game. So we're going to be doing the sand area this time. They are. So he's going to stay there. A lot of these board games take several playthroughs before you begin to understand the rules. We can clear the inland sands and prevent a build there next turn. Use your powers to push all the invaders to the central wetland. Remember, you have multiple powers to use. So we're going to do wash away. Push up to 3, so we can do that one. Sorry, I need to click a land. Presume it can do. I want to do that one. Why didn't I couldn't do my cards? We need our cards back and a new power won't hurt either. Select the first growth option. If target land has your... I didn't get read that. Pool beneath the hungry earth gives us more damage. And fear if used properly. Play it along with Flash Floods and River's Bounty to remove some key invaders this turn. Okay. Our innate power is activated at the second level. Click Finish. Fast Phase. Use Flash Floods on the coastal mountain to deal damage there. On the coastal mountain, right. Destroying the town here will prevent them adding any blight during their ravage turn. Deal 2 damage to the town. Boom, it's gone. Since the inland mountain is already clear and we destroyed that town in the coastal mountain, the invaders will not be able to add any blight this turn. Guess he attacked and he got killed off. They are exploring coastal lands this time. Are we doing one here? There. This time the invaders are exploring the coastal land, so they add an explorer to every land adjacent to the ocean. Pool beneath the earth. Hungry earth has 2 conditional effects. One that requires a presence, and one that needs a sands or wetland. Luckily we can satisfy both. Use the powers to destroy The 2 towns in the coastal sands. We have a trick up our sleeve to deal with them next turn. So leave the explorers there. Click or paste assign damage. So we need to do that and that. And then that. So again we've got 2 damage, so that's them away. And we generated fear, we've got another card. Having more Dahan is always good, especially in a central location where they can be pushed or gathered from. Use River's Bounty on the central wetland. Pulling both of them. We should get another one. Let's bring in the 2 Dahan. The months and years go by. The spirits of the island grow in power. There's only a little more I need to teach you before you can take on the challenge alone. No! You have grown in power and knowledge. At this point we have lots of energy. 6. And not much to do with it. Choose the 3rd growth option. Accelerated rot. Okay. Got a major power. Costs 4 energy. Often they will also have a powerful elemental threshold ability, and this one is no exception. With the right elements, accelerated rot will do a whopping 9 damage. Major powers have a drawback. When you gain them, you must forget a power card to make room for them. Okay. Forgetting a power means you don't have access to it anymore. You can forget any power, including from your discard pile, or the major power you just gained. Click on any power to forget it, except for Nature's Resilience. We need it this turn. Okay, so let's just get rid of Wash Away. Go ahead and add a presence wherever you like. It doesn't really matter, does it? I'm going to put it there. And covering the reclaim 1 space on your presence track allows you to choose a single power card to reclaim each turn. If you close the discard pop-up, click the discard pile at the top to reopen. So we can pick a card, any card. Right, so we need Nature's Resilience. Now it's your choice for what cards to play. Think about the problems you need to solve. I'm probably not going to manage the 9, am I? Take that one. Accelerated rot, maybe, if we can. Remember I said we had a trick up our sleeve? Nature's Resilience has a defend 6 effect. When we use it on the land, when the invaders would deal damage to the land, or the Dahan there, they deal 6 less damage. This means that they will end up dealing 0 damage to both the land and the Dahan. But remember, after the invaders ravage, any surviving Dahan fight back. This means that the Dahan can destroy the invaders there. Defend is a powerful tool. Use Nature's Resilience on the coastal lands to defend. So we've got 6 defense. Now we can use any other fast powers as you played. As you wish. Okay. We've done that one. Should do that. We earned a second fear card, so at the start of the Invader Phase we get it to flip it and resolve it. You can choose any land with a single explorer town, it's up to you. Do that one. So they all got destroyed because of our defense. Does that stay there? Or does it get used up? Okay, so they're gonna go from here and stay there. And that's it. We're now ready to continue on your own, am I? Really? Remember the terror level card shows what you need to do to win. Right now it requires you to remove all explorers, towns and cities. By generating enough fear to reach terror level 2, you can reduce it to just towns and cities, which is much easier to achieve. Beware, there are 3 ways to lose: running out of blight in the blight pool, or all of your presence on the island will be spelled doom. The Invader deck the explorer from has 5 cards left. If that runs out and they can't reveal another to explore with, all hope is lost. Well, let's say positive. You have learned a great deal. I'm confident you can achieve victory. I'm not. Okay, so you can undo turns, that's good. You have a power that targets specific land types. That power can only be used on lands that match your restriction. Keep in mind you need to obey the range limit too. Jungle and wetlands. Can we do that there? Terror level 2. Click a piece to assign damage. We've got 4 remaining, so we're going to get rid of all 4 of these guys. I could push that out of there, couldn't I? I'll move that back to there. Right, I did actually manage to finish the tutorial in the time. A lot of rules to the game. I think it's going to take quite a few playthroughs. I like the presentation though. They've done a good job of copying the actual physical board game. Spirit Island. Because we can see that's the actual physical game. With all the blight and the towns and the explorers. I just want to look at the cards. Here's the cards. So the cards have been replicated. And I presume this is the... Obviously each player gets a big card like that, which we had. Is it this one? This one, sorry. That one. So they've replicated the board game pretty well. I like that. Right. Fortunately, I'm going to have to stop there for today. So that was Spirit Wind, which came out earlier this month. Sorry, not Spirit Wind, Spirit Island. Sorry, it came out 2020. Developed and published by Handelabra Games Incorporated. Thank you again for the game key from the publisher. Much appreciated. I shall be back tomorrow with another first look. We are doing... What are we doing tomorrow? We are doing Gadonia tomorrow. Which... I can't click on there at the moment for some reason. So we shall do that one tomorrow for an hour, and then back on Wednesday as usual for our full-length stream. Thank you for dropping in past Blue Stone. I hope the rest of your night goes well. So I need to get logged on for my work. So until next time, you all take care, be safe, and I shall say bye for now.